Good morning from Chessington here at the Azteca Hotel on the last morning of our 2-night mini break. We've already spent 2 fantastic days and 2 lovely nights. If you've missed those vlogs, I will link them below so you can go and binge the playlist. But this morning we are checking out of our room here in the Azteca Hotel and heading into the park for our final day to get around the children's final bucket lists. But if you're new around here, hi! Not only have you missed a few vlogs, which as I said, I'll link below, but my name's Rhiannon Morgan. Everyone calls me Rhi. Welcome to the channel. I'm here in Chessington with 3 out of my 4 children and my husband. The children have autism, so we are using the Merlin Ride Access Pass, which is the ride and reserve system here in Chessington. So we'll show you how to use all of that. I'll share all of the magic and the tips you need to know to plan your own mini breaks. I'm thrilled to have just become a Merlin Annual Pass collaborator. If you love family and day out vlogs with extra bonus tips for neurodiverse families, I'm now going to be bringing you even more of those fantastic vlogs here on the channel. Some very quick thoughts on the room before we checked out. I did do a full room tour in a previous vlog, but in brief, there is a lovely big bed and desk/dressing table area in this room, which is super handy for me because I always do a little bit of work while we're away. A lovely spacious bathroom. The shower was great. Nice powerful water pressure, which is what we like after a long day in the park. And the children's area sleeps 3 children. And as you know, if you have more than 2 children, it becomes a little problematic sometimes booking hotel rooms. So the fact that Chessington does rooms that sleep 5 people, huge bonus. There's plenty of storage in this room and the theming is just so cool. If you are thinking about staying on site at Chessington, we have loved it here at the Azteca Hotel. And don't forget, if you are a Merlin Annual Pass holder, make sure you price it up through the Merlin Annual Pass portal, put in your passcode and you will get exclusive discounts. I actually managed to get this hotel for 2 nights for the 5 of us, cheaper than the Premier Inn down the road for the same people for the same night. And breakfast is included here, so it would have been even cheaper again because we would have had to pay for breakfast there. Okay, so it's our last day in the park, and as is tradition, we like to do a little bit of prioritising. So we've been into our organised mini break plan, and the children have been voting for their top picks. Each of them got 3 votes. Coming in at number 1 with 3 out of 3 votes, Mandrill Mayhem is the one that most of them want to do. So it looks like that's going to be where we're heading first. What we've said is if there are any rides nearby that are kind of walk-ons that we'll do in the area, we'll judge those as we go. But these are the things we're kind of booking via Ride Access Pass and prioritising and walking across the park to do rather than just doing because it's there. So Mandrill Mayhem inside of World of Jumanji seems to be the one you want to do first. Why is that a topic?
Because we love it and it's really fun.
What do we love about it?
Okay, so it's very special ride because it's my first inversion and only.
It is. It's the first inversion Zara's ever done because most inversions are 1.4 and Zara is only 128 centimetres, even though she's frequently remeasured because they very rarely believe she's over 120 centimetres. She's much smaller. She's actually taller than she looks. William?
Even though it's tied for speed with Vampire, it is probably one of like the most intense coasters in the park, I'd say. Probably the most intense.
I've got to say, it is very cool. I did quite enjoy that one, even though I looked at it initially and thought, wow, that's terrifying. Do I really have to do this? Ostrich, which is in the same area, has had 1 vote, but it's likely to be a walk-on. So you all enjoyed that yesterday. Is that something you want to do in passing? Yeah. Okay, just as a hop on, but not as like a book it. By the way, when I say book it, we're using Ride and Reserve through Ride Access Pass because the children have autism, so they qualify for the Ride Access Pass. You can check out the full details on whether you qualify or any member of your party qualifies. Ride Access Pass throughout Merlin's for guests that struggle with queuing, and you need to book that in advance, and then you use the Ride and Reserve system. We'll explain it as we go through the park today, but you do need to book and organise that before you visit. Like I said, we'll explain the rest of that later. Tiger Rock has had 2 votes. And I've got to say, I like Tiger Rock, but according to the inside information yesterday, it was a little bit on the struggle bus and is unlikely to be open. Do we have any further information on that, William?
Well, they drained the trough, which is they don't do very much, so it was very rare to see it like that.
I thought they did that because you were up there as a safety thing, no?
No.
That was because there was a problem. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, right. So that's unlikely to be open. But if it is open, we're going to dash for that one. The Gruffalo has had 2 votes. The Gruffalo River Ride, which you would have thought you guys were too old for. But
Gruffalo!
When they were tiny, the girls specifically just screamed to want to go on the Gruffalo every time we were here.
Okay, girlies, where would you like to go next?
Gruffalo!
Gruffalo again?
Yeah,
penguins. They're very nice penguins.
We can see the penguin show later.
What do you want to do, Zaza?
Go Gruffalo.
Go Gruffalo, okay, we'll go there in a minute. We had Merlin annual passes when they were very small before COVID.
It is a good dark ride. Very good.
It's very beautifully themed. It did bring my channel to life. I've told this story in earlier vlogs in this series, but we were on the Gruffalo River ride when they were very small in February of 2019. When I thought, hey, I'm filming them now. How hard can this YouTube thing be? I know, I'll order a camera on the way home in the car and commit to posting 3 videos a week, which I've done ever since. So thank you, Gruffalo, for that. Sea Life Centre has had 2 votes. So we're going to prioritise that. But William says we should do that on the way out because
early ride time means short wait times, which means we might get to choose our row on Mandrill Mayhem, and that's cool.
That would be cool. That would be cool. We did get to choose our row on Mandrill Mayhem right at the end, just before park closure 2 days ago. So if you hang on till the very end of the day, and then maybe we'll see if we can do the same at the beginning of the day today, then you may get to pick which row you're on. There's very different experiences on Mandrill Mayhem depending on where you sit, especially the very back row actually faces backwards, which is really quite unique. Other than that, the other ones that we want to try and hit, Sea Storm and Griffin's Galleons, you used to love when you were small, so we'll try and hit those. And Barrel Bailout, what's Barrel Bailout? Well, I don't remember that one.
I think they added it as part of the like Shipwreck Coast thing that they did. It is, I think it's like relatively newish, not really new as such. But
Will we get wet?
Yeah, you spray water guns in spinning barrels. They're not like really fast spinning, like slow spinning, but like.
Okay. And I've just realised, because Tiger Rock was not open yesterday, I'm not sure Daddy forgot to do his favourite thing in the park, which is shooting people in the face with water guns. The water guns that were sadly removed from Alton Towers. That used to be his favourite bit in Alton Towers. What's the water ride in Alton Towers called?
Conga River Rapids.
Conga River Rapids. Used to be able to squirt people in the face.
They're still by battle galleons, though. There's some by battle galleons.
Okay.
Yeah,
Daddy of 4, you could pay to put money in those water guns, but if Tiger Rock is not open, sadly there will not be anyone to squirt in the face, which is probably for the best rather than...
If Daddy goes on Barrel Bailout, he's at risk as well, but he can shoot other people.
Okay, there is that. I think Daddy likes to stand on dry land and shoot unsuspecting people in the face. That's one of his favourite things to do. Okay, so that is our plan for the day. How much of it can we get around? Are there any special mentions that we'd like to get around if we could?
Ostrich Stampede, since it's right by Mandrill Mayhem.
Okay.
Can we maybe try go to the shop, please? Because I was figuring about the pins yesterday because there were like more expensive ones and stuff. So
Yes, Bella's now had a chance to assess how much money is in her Monzo account, which is the children's pocket money account. They've got a free account inside my account, and they can manage their money inside an app, and they have their own cards, which I can turn off from my account. It's so brilliant. We've tried so many different money systems that one really works. But you have checked, and you've got enough money to buy some other bits that you were looking at. This is one of the purchases that Zara made yesterday. Bella bought one as well. Funnily enough, Bella's said Bella on there. Bella's full name is Isabella. To be fair, if anyone calls her Isabella now, no, she doesn't even turn around. Okay, shall we head into the park, guys?
yeah.
Let's go. So we are in. There are some people queuing outside already to kind of rope drop for proper entry. Because we are hotel guests, we can use the early ride entry. You do need to show proof of your hotel. So I got the key card, but they also wanted to see the email, the booking reference, just some proof you're actually staying that night. So it's good to have that pulled up in advance, just in case your phone's playing silly bellies and won't load it. So yeah, if you want to have that early ride time, make sure you've got that email opened on your phone or screenshot something so you're not held up when you're getting into the park for your early rides. So we're heading straight for World of Jumanji to brave Mandrill Mayhem. I mentioned earlier that we booked the Ride Access Pass in advance. Booked the Ride Access Pass through the main Merlin website. From there, you head to the Chessington page. I will link it all in the accompanying blog post in case you want to know where to go. But you head to the Chessington page to book your specific days. Then on the day, you activate your reserve and ride session. I've actually got 2 of the children attached onto the account rather than just the one, because that way, because there's a party of 5 of us, we qualify for up to 8 people on reserve and ride, because as standard it's 4 people with 1 person with disability or challenges. Activate the reserve and ride with a link in the email, and then from there you book your first attraction. When it gets scanned on the first attraction, it will then make you wait the amount of time that the queue time is currently showing. So say for example we get scanned to a ride that's got a 30-minute queue time, we can't then book the next attraction for 30 minutes. Hope that makes sense. Basically you're waiting out the ride time after the ride in the park while you're eating or looking at theming or doing all the things you want to do, going to the toilets a million times, rather than actually standing in physical standby queue, which can be challenging if you have a difficulty such as autism. We had some very nice food, just a little snack food in there a couple of days ago. We actually had 2 children's meals. They were huge and very, very tasty, just as a snack between the 5 of us. It was so much food. This is the spinning barrels one the children were talking about where you get wet. I was going to say they're testing Dragon's Fury, but there are people on Dragon's Fury already. Oh, they are members of staff.
It seems the second time people have actually gone on Dragon's Fury.
They're members of staff.
Yeah, they're
They
members.
are.
They're members of staff. Ostrich Stampede, just over here, the children are quite keen to go on. But first, they want to warm up. With no warming up at all, straight to the big one, Mandrill Mayhem. So that's Mandrill Mayhem done. We had William and Bella on the very front. It's a coaster with totally different experiences.
Yes.
Based on where you're sitting. So you've now sat at the very front and the very back. So out of the various seats, if you get to pick, which one would you recommend?
Probably front row, but
Right.
I also recommend back row just to see how different it is.
Totally different experience. Okay, now for Ostrich Stampede. The children loved this yesterday. I was not obsessed, so I'm going to put them on it and watch from the ground.
This time, we do not
Oh,
know
no.
how long this mission will be paused.
Oh, okay,
We will
this mission
keep
is
you
paused.
updated and get you back to saving Jumanji as soon as possible.
Okay, so Ostrich is temporarily down. Some sort of safety checks or something, not
Adventurers.
sure.
Ostrich
Okay,
Stampede
kids,
has
where do you want to go
landed here.
instead? We've got Gruffalo.
Well,
ra-
Gruffalo's open, so we'll go to there and then we can like ride Vampire or something.
There we go. Will's voting for Gruffalo.
Yeah, Gruffalo, Gruffalo.
Gruffalo, 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 Gruffalo. So what we learned yesterday about the Gruffalo was when it's on a slope, the water, if there's any water in the car, swooshes and pulls. So when it's on a slope, pick up your feet, or you end up with wet feet like Bella and myself. back in the Gruffalo shop. Bella was victim of a random squirty jet that was not conforming to the others, and it was landing a bit short. So Bella is a little bit soaking, more so than you would normally be on the Gruffalo.
At least my feet aren't wet.
Wet bottoms but full hearts. The Gruffalo is lovely. The Gruffalo River Ride shop entrance picked up our digital photo by scanning the QR code at the gift shop, and that gets added to my digital pass. Digital photo passes at Chessington are normally £25 a day and usually £80 for the season, but I actually got a deal that they were offering a couple of days ago, £70 for the whole season. So this is our third day here. It's been well worth it because we've been able to collect all of our photographs. You've got the option to purchase individual prints. If you're doing that, make sure you bring a folder to keep them in, to keep them all safe so they don't get all dog-eared in your bags. Okay kids, what are we doing next?
Vampire.
Vampire. Okay, now Vampire's apparently a walk-on. Should we just walk on, or do we need to book it with the ride and reserve?
They're all 5. Everything's 5 minutes.
Everything's 5 minutes, which means walk on. We are lucky because our children, because we're from Wales, have their Easter break slightly staggered from England. So the second week of the English Easter break was the first week of our Easter break. So the English kids are back at school, which means quieter ride times and things in theme parks. You can often get better deals on accommodation and things as well. So if you're lucky enough to have kids who are not yet in school, or if your school has like funny inset days or something that are random, those are really good days to do theme parks. Let's brave the Vampire. Not sure we've ever been through the standard queue. It's got things like turn back. Is a walk on, but I guess they say it's 5 minutes because it takes you that long to walk through the actual queue. Does mean we get to see all of the queue theming that you wouldn't necessarily see through the reserve and ride. Things like this spooky tea party. There's a giant creepy chessboard. They even have drinks vending machines halfway through the queue. Now, Chessington does have water refill places throughout the park, which I'd highly recommend you bringing your own refillable water bottles so you can utilise those. But if you're stuck in this queue and it is very long, you could also purchase drinks, which is kind of handy. Oh, now this is where we'd normally join the queue, isn't it? This bit we've been in before with the smells. You excited for this one? You really enjoyed this last time, didn't you? It's always good to know what happens with bags. For Vampire, there are cages, so they're not like 100% secure. Technically, someone could wander off with your bag, as there are multiple trains, but there are cages to leave your bags in. So if you are worried about securing items, there are lockers you can hire in the park. Vampire. We land back in the Vampire / Gruffalo shop. I find it easier to use the native phone camera than the app QR code scanner, because if you're standing further back from the QR code, it is easier to pinch and zoom in order to scan Zara. So this trip was your first time on Vampire, first dangly leg roller coaster ever. Second time on Vampire just now. Thoughts?
Love it.
William, Vampire just celebrated its 35th birthday. It was one of your favourites when you were little. Thoughts?
It's a very intense. It's like intense for a family coaster, definitely. It's like it is very good ride. It's like.
What were your thoughts on the main queue theming? Because I'm not sure you've seen that before, because you've only done the ride access.
Well, it's very nice theming. It's like it's pretty cool and fits in. Really.
You do get to see some of the theming at the very end if you do the ride access pass queue, but you know, the main queue had a lot more theming.
Only the separate queue though, really, that you don't see the whole theming.
And Bella, Vampire, how do you rate it compared to other coasters? Would you recommend?
Yeah, it was very good. I really enjoyed it. It was very fun.
More intense than what, and less intense than what?
More intense than like Dragon's Fury or whatever, I think.
Do you think it's more intense than Dragon's Fury?
No.
Dragon's Fury spinning, I don't know, that...
No, not Dragon's Fury.
So more intense than Runaway Mine Train?
Yeah, more intense than Runaway Mine Train, less intense than...
Dragon's Fury, Spinball Wizard, Wicker Man.
Yeah, I'd argue more
less
intense than 13 probably at Alton Towers, I think.
Okay,
yeah.
interesting.
Except for maybe the drop. Drop might be more intense, but like the... Yeah, but other than that...
It's quite shaky and stuff. And like a lot of G-force, is it?
So, is there anything else you want to have a look at in the Vampire/Gruffalo shop? Anything else you want to see in here before we head out? And where are we heading next? Do you want to do some of the little flat rides like the Sea Storm and stuff?
Yeah?
Yeah?
Try barrel bailout.
Oh,
Also toilets. Also toilets. And also, yes, and also toilets. Come on. If you're looking for toilets, just opposite the Gruffalo, they have some here underneath the Vampire. Where to now, kids?
I think we're thinking barrel bailout.
So some of these up in this sea, what's it called, area?
Shipwreck Coast.
Shipwreck Coast, okay. You still
barrel
have...
bailout and then stuff.
So this is Sea Storm. Zara, you wouldn't have done this before. You too little. Bella, I can't remember if you've done this one. That was so much more intense than I remembered. It takes you up and down and round and round and forwards and backwards. I know you used to really enjoy that. I'm not sure you've ever been on it before though, Bells, because I'm not sure you were 90 centimetres last time we were here because you were so tiny. Do you guys want to brave barrel bailouts and risk getting soaked?
I don't want to get soaked.
Yes.
You don't want to?
I'll wear a poncho.
There we go. There are ponchos that we had last time we were in Alton Towers in Will's bag if you want to wear a poncho.
I don't need.
And it looks like barrel bailout is another walk-on. Oh, Zara.
No, that's
Okay.
alcohol, isn't it?
Zara. Okay. Oh my goodness, Zara. Zara will be dry. We've just found Daddy of Four and he's got pop badges. How did you manage to get these?
Guest services.
Okay, guest services.
They are sort of phasing them out, I think.
Right.
Nobody really officially knows exactly, but they seem to be phasing them out, but they're giving them out if you go there.
Cool. So we've got Merlin Annual Pass, Easter and VIP experiences. Well, you did do a VIP experience yesterday. Well, we got pretty soaked on barrel bailout. Good fun ride, but I'm glad we did that on this nice sunny day. It's one I'd probably avoid if you're here in sort of a dreary colder day because you don't want to be walking around soggy. But on a lovely day like today and in the summer, really fun attraction. We're now going to go and fill up our water bottles. There is a water refill station just in this central area. And then I think the kids want to go to do Ostrich Stampede, which has reopened. Bella also wanted to do the shop, which is right here. We're just walking past. Is that something you want to do now?
Maybe.
Maybe. So if you're looking for the water refill station, there's this toilet block by the shop, which is opposite Elmer. And just around the other side of here, opposite these refreshment things, which probably open in higher season, we've got the water refill station. So it's just opposite the Adventure Tree Carousel. New plan. Kids want to do Dragon's Fury. It wasn't on the original plan. They've added it to the plan because they like it so much. So Dragon's Fury and Ostrich Stampede, and then they're quite fancying heading to the pizza place, Pizza and Pasta I think it's called, in the centre opposite the shop. And then we are going to have to think about heading out of here before park close, I would imagine, because we've got such a long trip home. And this is one of the great things about having an annual pass, if we were paying for a whole day ticket and we knew we had to leave early, we might be like, oh, we'll just skip it, it won't be worth it. Whereas with an annual pass, you can do like a few hours in the day you arrive, a few hours in the day you leave without feeling like it's a waste. And multiple days, especially when you've got kids who are neurodiverse, and you just never know. If you know, you know. You never know what the days are going to throw at you. It can mean that you can have slower paced days, and it just takes the pressure off. If meltdowns happen, if ride closures happen, everyone can still have a really great trip. And if you are looking for an additional water refill station, there is also one just over there next to Dragon Delights. Fury is so similar to Spinball Whizzer. Do you prefer that one or Spinball?
I have no idea, honestly. That is the ultimate question, though, really.
And just to recap, I mean, if you haven't seen the previous vlogs, but we have discussed this in previous vlogs, Dragon's Fury, when you were little, you didn't go on it, you were like, I don't want to do it, and then we came back, and it was closed because it was the off-season.
I wish everything was open.
I know you do, baby. But next time you come, I'm sure it will. And now, 6 years later, you got to ride it. Was it worth the wait?
Yeah, it was. Definitely.
And Spinball or Dragon's Fury?
I think Spinball.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
I just like it.
I feel like Spinball is more wobbly than that.
Yeah, I prefer Dragon's Fury, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Spinball because you know, see that bit where it goes like on its side. Spinball's got two of those, although one of them doesn't go fully on its side. It goes like somewhat on its side though. It's like
Dragon's Fury is longer and like it has really cool things. So I think Dragon's Fury.
I think. And I think it has a better colour. I think it has a better colour scheme as well, in my opinion.
What does?
I like it more.
Okay, kids, where to now? The ostriches?
Yeah. Are you guys excited for Ostrich Stampede?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
How was the ostrich stampede? Super fun?
Yeah.
Does anyone want to go get some food now?
Yeah.
Food. Shop then food or food then shop?
Food then shop.
Food then shop? Hands up for food then shop. One for food first. Food first, okay.
Okay, food first.
There you go. Here in the quieter season, some of the food kiosks are closed, but honestly that's not really bothering us at all because the main food outlets are still open and the wait times are so low. So many of the rides have been walk-ons. It's really been fantastic. Quick stop off at the toilets. I do appreciate how well themed the toilets are. I really like that they have larger cubicles for when you're going to the toilet with multiple children, and also those little tiny flat down toilet seats for toddlers that don't fall down the loo. Sea dragons you lot will have done when you were little. There is also sort of like a soft play, the Dragons Playhouse just over here. Heading past tiny truckers that the kids loved when they were little, and just across past the carousel, Pizza Pasta Buffet. Slight change of plan. Pizza Pasta is not actually opening today. Not sure why, but it's not opening. Anyway, never mind, we can try that next time. And actually it's not the end of the world because it's a really nice day, so maybe we could get some hot dogs instead, chill out on a bench. That's a good plan B. We've got some delicious hot dogs to eat here in the sunshine. and 20% off with Merlin annual pass discount. If you're enjoying the vlog so far, by the way, I would love it if you would support the channel by hitting that subscribe button, because I know that over half of you watching are not subscribed according to my analytics, so if you could do that, it'd be much appreciated. Daddy not sure he wants any food yet. The children, well, we'll normally eat a fair amount. Bella would, well, I don't know, you'd normally eat a kid's meal, wouldn't you?
As well.
But they had, I just got them a hot dog each. Sarah normally eats like a sparrow, so I thought I'll just eat whatever she doesn't eat. They all wolfed them down because they're that nice. So I've just been back to get a combo meal with a Diet Coke for me, chips, fries for the kids to share, and I'm going to tuck into my hot dog. Thoroughly enjoyed our hot dogs. Now it's time for a little look in the sweet shop. Kids, do you want to get pick a mix?
Yeah.
You will not remember this, but mums and dads watching will. You used to get pick a mix in a place called Woolworths, which just had all of this stuff, like massive amounts in like city centres. Like it was like a big shop, and it had pick a mix. So shout out in the comments if you used to get Woolworths pick a mix as a kid. Because you don't even know what that is, do you? Woolworths? No, not a clue. Not a flipping clue. Okay, the pick a mix. How much is the pick a mix? The pick a mix is £10 for a bucket or £6 for a cup. What do you think? Do you think is a cup enough?
Bucket.
That's enough, is it?
Size, like a bucket. That is big.
Do you want a bucket or a cup
The cup.
to share?
The cup is small.
Ah, hang on.
Well, there's a roller coaster.
Merlin annual pass discount. Merlin
yeah,
annual
so
pass
it's
discount.
£8.
Okay, in that case,
The bucket.
a Merlin themed bucket,
So
Yeah,
one
that looks
together.
one to share. Pretty jewellery you got in Chessington, Bella.
I was going to get the Zara necklace, but this is way better.
Even William is not too cool for a candy necklace.
I'm going to make it a green necklace, okay?
Only just went over William's head. It nearly got messy. Now let's head into the gift shop because Bella has some choices to make about something she didn't buy yesterday. She's got decisions to make. Will just loves the theme park merch. And as the shop is here in the middle, we won't be doing it on the way out because it's not by the exit. So yesterday William did buy a Dragon's Fury hoodie, so I'm no doubt you'll be seeing him wearing that in upcoming videos. Bella, what were you dithering about yesterday?
Pin badges.
A pin badge, which one?
Just like some of the pin badges I wasn't entirely sure about.
Okay. Now's your chance before we head home. I mean, we will be back at some point in a future trip, but which pin badge are we looking at?
I was looking at the croc drop one and also like the vampire one.
Are you
Okay.
looking at this?
That is a more expensive vampire one.
Yeah, I know.
They also had this vampire one, which was £6 compared to £8 for this one.
I don't know.
Ah, yeah, don't forget, as William pointed out, we have got annual pass discount, so you can take 20% off.
Bangkok jobs.
Bella's paying using her Monzo card, which is how the children have their pocket money. I have a free account, and then the children have free accounts inside of my account where we can pay them pocket money, monitor their spending, cancel the cards if they get lost. We started using them because they don't have any currency conversion fees, so it's free spending abroad, free cash withdrawals abroad. But honestly, I use it as my main account now. So if you want to open your own Monzo account, so pay the kids their pocket money, they will add £5 when you use my Linktree account, but sometimes it's £10. So follow the link, open your account, let me know if it is £5 or £10 that they end up adding to your account. Let me know inside the comments. Now Zara really wants to go on Tiny Truckers. I have got videos of you guys on Tiny Truckers when you were literally tiny. You were literally tiny. So I think I think you should go on with Zara for nostalgia. Zara, you even get a purple truck. How was Tiny Truckers, Zaza?
I loved it. It was my favourite.
That was your favourite?
So it goes Mandrill Mayhem, probably, then I'm actually not in order. Just these were my top 3. Mandrill Mayhem, Gruffalo and Tiny Truckers.
Really? Gosh. Perhaps next time we're back, we'll do one of these VIP experiences. Meerkat feeding, giraffe feeding, the off-road safari. We saw someone doing that. And the penguin feeding looks loads of fun too. So all those are available to check out on the Chessington website. We haven't seen any this trip, but we have seen owl displays here when we've been here previously. And today they have displays at 11 and 2. So we've walked past the room on the broom. And just over here you can see the Gruffalo meet and greet. Not something we're doing today, but if you're coming with little Gruffalo fans, definitely something you should check out. Here are the penguins. They are doing a penguin talk by the looks of it at the moment. No, there's a load of people watching. Also, looks like some people are doing a VIP penguin experience. Now we're going to check out the Sea Life Centre, which is something else on the children's bucket list for today. Penguin pin. You were looking for a penguin pin, weren't you? So just to clarify, Zara's bought this in the Sea Life shop, but because Merlin owns Sea Life, we still get 20% off the gold pass. If it had been, because the reason I asked is some of the separate IPs you only get 10% off, like Gruffalo and things, but see, Merlin owns Sea Life, so still get the full 20% off. 3 magical days in Chessington. I would love to hear the highlights of everybody's trip.
My highlight was Mandrill Mayhem, the Gruffalo and Tiny Truckers. Other things I liked was, I liked the food last night. I liked the sweets at the sweet shop, like my necklace.
Definitely the big 3 coasters, Mandrill Mayhem, Vampire and Dragon's Fury. But also I liked the dinner, the temple restaurant. The hot dog was a nice surprise, that was good. We had Rattlesnake, that was fun. Sea Storm was quite a surprise, that was fun. And many other things, but that's just some of the things that we did.
I quite enjoyed Zufari. I enjoyed Sea Life. I enjoyed dinner last night at the temple place. I enjoyed the hot dog today. I enjoyed Mandrill Mayhem. So I enjoyed a lot of things.
34.
I enjoyed the food last night, which is a buffet in the temple.
More so than the Zufari on the first night?
The Zufari was very nice.
I know the kids like the buffet, but
Yeah, I like the buffet. The only thing is we rushed it a little bit. Myself and Will's crew went on the track walk, which is another highlight. Yeah. So.
Oh, William didn't mention that. Will.
Yeah, that is definitely one of the best bits. Forgot about that. Tiger Rock is also back open.
Are you joking? So hang on, we're about to go. Do you want to go on to Tiger Rock?
Things you have to track across the whole park. I don't know.
Yeah.
Go for it.
What do you think? Bella?
We have a bit later, but
We were gonna head out. We were gonna head out, but I was gonna say that my highlight was just seeing you all enjoying yourselves. I found the park very pleasant. I found the facilities really good. It's been really clean, and in all fairness, the queue times have been really short. What's the Tiger Rock?
5 minutes.
Should we do it? Should we do it?
It's
Go on
a
then.
10-minute walk, but we can do this.
Let's do it. Heading back into the park, past the new land coming in 2026. Is this where we think Minecraft's going to be, Will?
No, Minecraft's going to be in Wild Asia.
So what's that?
Wild Asia was where Cobra.
No, what's this going to be?
This Rumored Paw Patrol.
Rumored
But
Paw
we're still
Patrol,
not
okay.
sure because literally only there's they haven't like I don't think we've seen anything about like them
Okay.
making a deal with Paw Patrol or anything.
So rumoured Paw Patrol, but we're not quite sure yet. Watch this space.
Because all the
We're walking past a sensory space, which we haven't been in before, but if anyone needs a bit of decompression time and space, that would be where you'd be heading. So we are about to go to Tiger Rock, which is a ride in which we'll probably get wet. But according to the people that were giving Will the VIP tour yesterday, and in fact, some observations we've made, it's in fact river rafts that's the wettest ride in the park. The people getting off river rafts just look like they've jumped in a swimming pool, to be honest. So apologies that we were doing final thoughts, weren't we? We were leaving. Actually so thrilled that we're not leaving yet because Tiger Rock is open. I think we've made the right choice to go back and do it because it's definitely a family favourite. I know it's like not like a full-on coaster for Will, but it's just such a fun, like all together. Yeah, I think it's one of my favourites actually in the park. I like the kind of chilled aspect. I love the, not that I love the drop, but I love seeing the children enjoy the drop, you know. So I think I was in the process of telling you my thoughts about Chessington. I found Chessington really clean. I found that it's had really good facilities and oh my goodness, look at the tiger. Oh, he's gone. Hey, Olga. I found Chessington to be really enjoyable. I found that the Ride Access Pass, the reserve and ride system, has worked really well for us. The queue times anyway have been really low. The food's been nice. We found the cleanliness levels good. I really like basic things like the toilets are nice and clean and have cubicles big enough to get a few kids into, which is something you're going to have to deal with if you're remembering a few kids to the theme park. Chessington obviously holds that very special place in my heart because it is a place that gave me the kick at the bottom to do this YouTube thing that's now my full-time job. So Chessington, I will always be grateful. Thank you. And thank you so much for managing to get Tiger Rock open for us to enjoy one last time before we leave. Now we did have 4 ponchos. Zara was wearing one earlier. Unfortunately, I think Daddy of 4, who's wandered off, has got that poncho, meaning we only have 3 left. So I'm going to sandwich myself between the children and hopefully not get too soggy. Not too bad. Last time we got more wet from the people squirting us in the face with the guns than we did with the splash. How is that for a final ride of the trip, kids?
That was nice.
Awesome. That was such a fun attraction. And so nice that the theme park god smiled on us and reopened it just in time for that last ride. So cool. It's quite cool here that Zara, who is 128 centimetres, there's so much for her to go on. Just that one attraction she couldn't actually ride. So if you've got smaller kids, there's absolutely plenty for them to do here. If you've got a Merlin annual pass, absolutely check it out. What a finale to an epic trip. We got to ride Tiger Rock and didn't think we'd be able to. We got to see the tigers we didn't get to see the first day. Thanks so much for joining us in Chessington. If you want to join us for our next UK mini break, click on the playlist on screen now, or click on the playlist for this mini break series and catch up on any of the vlogs that you may have missed, or join me inside of my Magical Adventures Club for released videos, bonus content, just hanging out a little bit more. I shall see you guys in the next one. Bye.